It's 1 o'clock, just like we promised. We're going to be here to share with you a pretty exciting virtual vacant land wholesale deal that we closed last week, and it netted, now you might see me say $52,000. What's up? What's up, everybody joining? You might see me saying $52,000. That's because that was our part of the deal. So for the first time ever, I have Dan, Dan with me. Dan is my husband, and we started wholesaling in 1998 right here in Freakville, Florida. And he's not a camera guy, doesn't
I did an appearance once, like 6 years ago.
Yeah, maybe like a
You can find it on YouTube. It's like half of my face in the video.
Is that the one where you're teaching people how to change their ringtone?
No.
Oh.
It was a property for sale.
Oh, that's right. So, but I had to get him on here because he's the one that actually put this deal together. And I didn't even really know it was going on until we're down here to like step number 8, which that's when I found out, you know, like, holy shit, really? So I've asked him like 5 times, like, go through this deal with me, help me understand what happened, because it was just like, this is what's going on, and we're getting a check for this much. I'm like, what happened? So he's going to break down the deal. I don't know anything about Brazil. Well, except they have good nuts.
Brazilian nuts, yeah.
They have good nuts in Brazil, right? All right, so give us lots of hearts if you like what you're hearing today. And we see the questions on the screen, but they don't stay up there very long. So over here to our left, we have Derek, who is taking down the questions, and at the end, if we haven't answered the questions that you're looking for, then he has the questions. He's going to be texting the questions over to us, and we'll answer them at the end if we don't get to it. And he just wrote, I'm Dirk.
I'm Dirk.
He's Dirk. Say the name of a Brazilian soccer player. I have no fucking idea. I don't watch soccer. Sorry about that. And this is a real estate video. Anyway, so here's a little bit about how we to send hearts. You just tap the screen. Just tap the screen, and it'll send the hearts. How we have our business set up, it's very automated. It's definitely very minimal work on our part. So we have virtual assistants and software and technology that automates a lot of things. And we've always kind of been stuck doing deals in our own backyard, right here in Jacksonville, Florida. So we read about a hot area, Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm laughing at the comments if I happen to see them. So we decided to put some marketing out there and put our system into play into another area, virtual wholesaling, and see, what we can make happen there. Because if it works here, it works anywhere, right? So we did that. And how we have it set up is when the leads come in, we have it like round robin. I get a lead, and then he gets a lead, and then I get a lead, and he gets a lead. And if it's his lead, he works it all the way to closing, and the same if it's my lead. So this was his lead, and that's why he's telling the story today. The check, the check just ends up goes in our bank account. So I get to enjoy the benefits of Dan's work in Nashville, Tennessee, making the big stack. He made the stack. Okay, so if you have a question, put it on the screen. If I catch it, good. If not, we'll get it at the end. All right, so first thing is the lead source. So everybody wants to know where this lead came from. So you probably already know we are all about direct mail. All about direct mail. We did do bandit signs. Had to squash that because of the city. Whole story about that on the Property M.O.B. website. So we've reverted to direct mail as pretty much 100% of our seller leads. Yeah, I mean, every now and then we'll get a bird dog here and there that might send us something. People come to the website occasionally. We used to get more website leads, but I quit nurturing that, so now the leads just fell down to, nothing. So I got somebody working on that. One of my mobsters is excellent at SEO, so he's working on, generating some more website leads. So it's 99.9% of every lead that we have comes from direct mail. What company do we use for direct mail?
Click to mail.
Yeah, click to mail. We use click to mail. Everybody hates it. I don't know why. It's great. As far as the source of our leads, we have over 26 different campaigns going right now. I've got a picture up of them on the Property Mob Facebook page. I'm not going to get into all of that, but we're always testing different lists and different criteria to see what works, and if something works, we just keep going with it. So we're always trying new things. But this particular lead, tell us about where this lead came from.
It came from a vacant house mailing list, and I'm trying to look right now to see how many records are on this, because I didn't write that down. There's 1,480 people on this list.
What he's doing right now, by the way, because you can't see what he's doing, he's looking in our Godfather CRM account and checking that particular campaign to see how much we spent, how many leads are on the list, all the leads that came out. All the CRM keeps track of all that stuff. So.
And we split that list up into 3 different mailings of 500 each. So, well, actually 500, 500, and then 480, because it's 1,487 records. Mm-hmm. And it looks like we've mailed it 3 times since June. June 2nd was the first time we mailed this list. Mm-hmm. And I haven't looked at any of this. First time looking.
Mailing was June 2nd, second mailing was July 2nd, and the third mailing is August. Are we back?
No. Are you still getting a phone call?
No. Tell me, Dane, handyman. Tell us when we're back.
You're back.
We're back. Okay. If somebody calls on the phone, it disconnects, so that kind of sucks. And this guy is at our house doing tile right now. He may call 100 more times. So that sucks because I'm doing a live broadcast. So anyway, so we mailed 3 times, 30 days apart, same postcard to this very same list. And then
we've been mailing it since June 2nd. We mailed 480, and then on July we mailed 500, and then on August, which just went out, we mailed another 500. So really, we've only mailed 980 pieces to this list before we got this deal.
Right.
Which kind of skews this number. So we've spent how much on this campaign?
A couple of comments I see coming in. First of all, I am smiling. I have a permanent smile on my face. It's called bitch face. It's just what I have. It looks like I'm...
Second delay.
Okay.
3 or 4 seconds
so,
delay.
If you don't like my bitch face...
Good.
Yes, I have resting bitch face. Sorry. All right. But it doesn't stick. Okay. I got to make... Yeah, I never smile. Okay, hold on. I got to call this guy. You're going to have to listen to this. I don't have his number right here. Give me a second. No, that won't do it. He won't leave me alone, so we're not going to be able to continue. I got to figure out how to call this guy from here. I don't have his damn number.
You just passed your phone.
No, I need the contact list. This is stupid. These leads did not come from ListSource, by the way. Okay, well, shit.
Click that one.
Tell me when we're back, Derek. Tell me when we're back. Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? We're back. Okay, sorry about that. I knew he was going to keep calling. He's putting tile down in our house. All right, so we're going to move on here.
Oh, we're on the list.
Yeah.
We mailed 987.
Okay, that was good. So total cost for that campaign up to this date is $710. Okay, we're moving past that. The guy came from a vacant house list. All right, so the seller lived in Nashville, Tennessee, and Tell us about the seller.
The seller has several lots, which we're trying to buy the other ones as well, but he would only sell us 3 of the lots right now. He had some lots that he was tired of paying taxes on, so he wanted to liquidate those 3 lots.
Okay.
That was his motivation. He was tired of paying taxes on them. They had houses on them and old junky houses. He tore the houses down years ago and they've just been sitting there vacant.
All right. Now we don't know anything about Nashville, like zero. We know nothing about Nashville, Tennessee. So I will say that it's hard to wholesale something if you don't know the area. I mean, I know Jacksonville like the back of my hand. I know the zip codes. I can say yes or no. I know, neighborhoods. I know it's just ridiculous. But Nashville was new to us, or to him, because I didn't know about this. But I'm going to interject now with a story about Greg. Now, Greg comes into play because Greg is actually the one who sold these lots. So we didn't sell them. So tell us about Greg and how you met Greg and who he is and
Well, when we started mailing to Nashville, we also put an ad up on Craigslist, which I don't know if we still do it here or not, but anyways, it's an ad that looks like a bandit sign, and we put that ad on Craigslist trying to get sellers to call us. It says Tracy buys houses, and it's an ad on Craigslist. Well, he had called off of that ad, wanting to kind of network and know what we do, and we just kind of built a relationship from there. That was probably 6 weeks before we got that lead.
Okay. So, and you signed a JV agreement with him at that time?
Probably not at that point. Probably 3 weeks before we got this deal under contract.
Signed a JV agreement with him. This guy, Dan is on video. That's crazy, right? This particular guy, Greg, is, and this is going to shock a lot of people right now. It's just going to shock you. He's a realtor. The guy is a fucking realtor. But he's a realtor investor. Like, he knows it. Okay, no, he's like, I'm a realtor investor. Greg's a realtor investor. He knows what he's doing. So the relationship was not realtor related, but more investor related. So he knows the market. He's actually new. He's a newbie. He's only been in the market a short amount of time and is, kind of killing it in Nashville. He's just an excellent, has a lot of drive and, will do whatever it takes to get deals done, and that's what you have to have to do this. So once you pre-screen the seller, then you called Greg, right?
Well, I pre-screened the seller, yes, and then I started talking to Greg about these lots and where they were and what he thought we should get them for. Because I was negotiating with the seller. He had never spoke with the seller. So I negotiated the price, but I got with Greg to kind of see where I should be on his lots because I have no idea.
Greg said this is in a good area. These are in good areas and you should get these lots for 20 grand?
Under 40.
Each?
Yeah.
Under
each.
40?
It's 3 lots we're talking about. 2 of them sat next to each other and the other one was directly across the street. So he said if you get these lots under 40, then we'll have a good deal.
All right, so you made the offer you made the seller an offer of
20.
20, not 40.
20 a lot.
20,000 a lot. So who would offer 40 if he said get him for 40? Offer him half of that because you can always go up. You can't ever go backwards when you make an offer. So the seller agreed, right?
The seller agreed with me on the phone. That's right.
Agreed with
But then we had the problem of getting the contract signed because the seller is older gentleman that does not have an email address.
Believe that? I don't believe that. I think he had.
And I didn't really want to take the chance of mailing him a contract because sometimes I do that. I'll mail him a contract and wait for that contract to come back. But on this particular deal, I didn't. I had Greg go out there and meet the seller.
Who don't have email? Who don't have an email address?
I deal with them all the time. Apparently, I get all the people with no emails.
Oh man. All right. So he called Greg. Okay. So seller doesn't have an email address. Called Greg. Told Greg to go out there and get the contract signed. Then
I
what?
said, go meet the seller. We've agreed to $20,000 a lot, and he said, okay, I'll meet the seller and go out there and get it signed. When he went out there to get it signed, the seller renegotiated on 2 of the lots.
What? What, Dan? Dan, what happened?
He renegotiated. We ended up paying $25 for 2 lots and $20 for 1 lot. We ended up paying $25 for the 2 lots that sit side by side and $20 for the lot that was across the street.
I'm looking at the screen.
All of them were 50 by like 120.
So just normal building lots.
Just normal building lots. The one thing that was special about them is they're zoned R6, which allows you to build 2 units on 1 lot. So you could build duplexes on them, or townhomes, or whatever.
I'm looking at our screen right now. I have shiny object syndrome. And it says, expected revenue on this campaign, $1 million. That's
I
fun.
put that in because if I put 1,000, guess what I would have made?
You made 1,000.
At least if I shoot for the moon and miss and hit a star, I'll get 53,000. Right?
True.
Is that how that saying
Touche,
goes?
Dan.
I don't know.
Touche. All right. So Greg goes out there. Seller renegotiates.
He gets them signed nonetheless for 70,000 all 3 lots.
All 3 lots, 70,000. All right. So I got to interject right here. I was listening to a Periscope this morning from someone, and the guy was like, you gotta have a buyer's list first. You gotta have a buyer. If you want to make something happen, you gotta have a buyer's list.
I don't know one buyer in Nashville.
None.
None.
Now, we didn't have to have a buyer's list in Nashville, but Dan even said if he'd have got those properties under contract for 25 each, he probably would have sold them for 35 each just to make 10,000. Like
A lot.
Yeah. Because we didn't know the area. We didn't know what he didn't know what he had. He didn't know, but you know, somebody who knew that area was able to say, "No, I got this. Let me handle this." So Greg did the marketing, and tell us how it got sold.
Well, we got the contract on the 20th of July, and by the evening of the 21st, he had a contract on all 3 of them from one buyer.
What?
So I guess, you know, somebody has to have a buyer. But I'm pretty sure if I didn't have a buyer's list or Greg in this deal, I probably could have sold them,
Just not for that.
just not for that price.
Because you had no idea.
And I'd have sold them just as fast because I would have been underselling it.
Giving them away, yeah. So, hey, one day, Greg got an offer. How much was the offer for?
$176,000 for all 3 lots.
What? $176,000, and he did not put it in the MLS. No.
No MLS.
He
no.
contacted his buyer's list. So, and that was Tom that did the Periscope this morning. And usually I disagree with that. I tell people all the time, you don't need a buyer's list. You don't need a buyer's list before you make this happen. You need sellers.
If you want, I don't know how many markets you can do this in, but I'm going to say a lot. If you want a massive buyer's list, like he was saying on that Periscope that realtor agents bring the highest buyers, for a few $100s you can put any property you have in the MLS. You
Yeah.
just pay an agent to put it in there, and bam, you, as he would say, bam,
Yep.
you got a whole list of buyers.
Bam!
So, just saying.
We're parodying right now. Okay, first buyer offered 174? 176.
He didn't offer. We had a contract for 176.
176. And then pretty quickly after that,
We had a title issue on one of them. Wasn't really a title issue at all. 2 of them were free and clear. One of them had a deed of trust, which is like a mortgage or whatever, that was holding up us closing. and we had to get that cleared up, and it took about 8 or 10 days to get that cleared up. So the buyer, in the meantime, he backed out on the one across the street. He said, I don't want that one, I only want the 2. I don't want that one across the street. That was around the 29th. So by the 30th, Greg had resold that lot for 60. So we actually made a little bit more. We had them all 3 tied up for 178,000 at that point.
By the way, this is about the time I'm hearing about this. Like, Dan kept this whole thing a secret the whole time. He's like, well, guess what? We're closing next week on these lots in Tennessee, and we're gonna make like $50,000. I was like, what? What? Which was kind of cool, but I didn't believe it. So I'm like, no, I don't believe it. Yeah, because you can't cash your check till you get it, and people are talk a lot. And
our CRM round robins are leads.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know.
we always have a lot of leads. I have no idea what leads you're working
You don't
on
know
right
what I'm
now. Only a couple I know about. I have 20 leads in my system right
Those
now
would be
that
the
I'm
ones
negotiating on, and she knows nothing about any of them.
He knows about the ones I bitch about. Like, I can't believe this guy won't sell me this house. Or now I gotta talk to the attorney. Jeez. Those are the ones, but anyway.
Yeah, we share the big ones, that's right. This one I tried to keep my mouth shut until the check showed up. I couldn't do it.
All right, so.
Because there is a little bit of competition in here, even though we're married and all. It's still who can close the most deals, because
Yeah.
always be closing. Who's winning? I think I'm winning.
He ain't winning.
Pretty sure.
Last year, okay, so we don't even look till like the end of the year. We look at our CRM and we do all our reports, and we're like, well, who closed the most deals? And then we're like, well, who made the most money off of those deals? And who makes the most money?
I'm winning. I'm pretty sure I got another deal in Tennessee that's about to blow off. That's not as good as this one, but it's half as good.
Well, with this one, he may win this year. I don't know. He may win this year. We got another one we closed in March that was $75,000. The one in March was $75,000. That was mine.
No, we shared that one. We already talked about
That one was my deal. So it's got my name on it, and the CRM, it's mine. Sorry. So we're
It's half mine. I met the seller and the buyers.
I negotiated the price.
True. So I get half.
He gets half credit. I'll give him half credit. Anyway, I'm winning. So at the end, in December, we'll give you a report on who won for.
It's kind of like Battle of the Bosses.
Yeah, it is like Battle of the Bosses. So we're the bosses, okay? We're the boss. We're both the bosses, and we're both battling out for just internally who's closing.
Who has Battle of the Boss in the Mobsters line? I forgot.
Who won?
Yeah,
Chad Bartlett.
Chad killed it.
Chad Bartlett, one of my mobsters. We did Battle of the Bosses in our premium membership, and Chad, it was just whoever closed the most amount of deals in the month of June won. And I bought him an Apple Watch for being one of these nice. Look at this. Are you kidding me? So Chad Bartlett, one of my mobsters.
Buyer was a builder, yes.
Buyer was a builder. Anyway, he closed, I think 7 deals in June, and he made like $69,000. All right, so let's get to the closing part. So we have the new buyer, under contract, cash buyer, and little bit of scheduling. Wanted to make sure the seller was in there on the same day to close all 3 deals. So he didn't have to come in, because 2 buyers, 3 lots. So scheduled to close on the, when was it? I don't remember what day it closed. What day did it close?
August 11th.
August 11th. Everything went fine. Everything went smooth. The deal closed, and they sent us a check via FedEx.
We did a double closing.
Yeah. Okay, that was the question you had. Did we do an assignment fee? We did not. We did a double closing. So 2 HUDs on that. Greg handled the whole thing. Made sure to. I think we got like a title reissue credit, got a deal for doing, both closings at the title company. That was at Wagon Wheel Title, right?
Yeah.
In case you're looking for a investor-friendly title company in Nashville, Wagon Wheel Title is who closed the transaction for us. Double closing, no problem. Sent us a check, FedEx. So the total net profit on the vacant land was $105,331.84. We split that 50-50 per our JV agreement with Greg and his company. So we got a check for $52,665.92, which last week is when I got on Periscope, and that was when the delivery of the checks came, and we opened it and you saw the actual checks. And then everybody asked for us to break this deal down into detail, and really it ends up being similar to wholesale deals here, except really all we did was generate the lead. I mean, because of the system and networking, we were able to make, it was our second biggest deal ever in real estate wholesaling. I mean, the biggest deal we ever did, assignment fee, was $75,000, and that was in March of this year. And this would be the second biggest wholesale deal that we have ever done. It was on vacant land, and it's the only, we have wholesale vacant land before, but
we did one earlier this year. It was a small deal though.
yeah, little small stuff. Nothing, $50,000. That's so, I guess.
We got another one that's under contract.
Oh yeah, since then.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but what list it came from, but
since we closed this
we
one in
picked up two
Nashville.
more lots in Nashville that we paid $65 for, and we have a contract on right now for $95. So.
What? Already? That's like since you closed the deal in Nashville. That's since August 11th.
Like
Another 2 lots in Nashville, and they're sold already. Just waiting on closings, and they're vacant land. That's nuts. That's freaking nuts to me. Okay, so that sums up the story. I had some questions already, questions before people were asking. The total time from contract with the seller till the time we closed and made our $52,000 was 22 days. 22 days. The total amount of money that it cost us to get that lead under contract was $710, which is pretty average. We pay between $700 and $1,200 to do a deal right now. We analyze our numbers once a quarter. Once a month. Once a month, we look at our number. The first of the month, we look and say how much, did our deals cost us last month? How much did we spend on marketing? How many leads did we get? All that stuff is in our CRM, so we can just pull reports and tell. But that deal cost us $710 in marketing to make $52,000. Okay? And there was a question about taxes. How do we pay our taxes? In 2005, which was at the top of the market, we made a lot of money, and we didn't pay any taxes. So we're still paying taxes for that. We're still paying the IRS.
Bad move.
We are still paying off a tax bill from 2005 where, I don't know, you're young and stupid until you get old and stupid. We were just making making a lot of money and not paying any taxes, not doing any estimated tax payments or anything. So we've changed a lot since then. We do not do that anymore. We don't owe the IRS any money except for 2005, but we have a tax bill every year. So we take 20% off the top of every check and we send it to Uncle Sam. So really,
If you're wondering,
what?
I wrote that down, how much it was on that check, because I took it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how much it was.
I'm telling you, if you don't take your tax money out, before you know it, the year is over, and you owe Uncle Sam a big fat check, and that sucks.
It was $10,533.18.
$10,533.18 is what we peeled off the top and sent to Uncle Sam, right? We have an online EFTPS, payment system, and we just go in there and make the payment.
Yeah.
So
That's our partner, our third partner.
unfortunately, he is our partner, and he gets a big cut for not doing shit. All right, so that was
Well,
for
according to Obama, he built that business. So.
no political talk on the
Okay.
Periscope. No Obama or no Donald Trump. I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Okay.
All right, so here's some questions. Did you get busted again for bandit signs?
We don't do them.
Or do you still do them? Only got busted once. And no, we do not do them anymore. It is real tight in Jacksonville. It's, you know, we've attempted to do some more, but they are right on us. I mean, they're on our ass. They disappear. People call and harass us. And if it's one thing I hate, it's being haggled. And the city haggles and harasses, and we just don't do it. There's other ways to generate leads other than bandit signs, and you know, between the city and the bandit sign guys, and we just don't do them.
It used to be fun, and it's not fun anymore.
Yeah,
so.
we got to keep it real, keep it fun, so we don't do that. My website is propertymob.com, not to be confused with Property Mom. Property Mob. MOB stands for Makers of Badass Investors, so lots of articles on there about that. Propertymob.com.
Don't you have something coming up to make people
To make them what?
badass investors?
Yeah, I'll tell you about that in a minute. What is a CRM? It stands for Customer Relationship Management. It's really a software that manages all your leads and all your transactions and all your marketing campaigns and keeps everything organized and on point. You know, I have that is available for sale on the website too. It's called Godfather CRM. You can go to propertymob.com and check that out.
If you're asking what it is, you're losing money, I promise.
Yeah.
Promise.
If you're writing down like your leads on these pieces of paper and spreadsheets and stuff, you gotta stop. You gotta stop that. Have you ever built on vacant land? No, we have never built anything except, you know, maybe like a wine cabinet and stuff. Never a house. How did you find buyers? Maybe you weren't around when we talked about that, but we have a partner named Greg. You can like replay this Periscope to find out how we sold this vacant land. But on other deals, we have our own system for finding buyers in Jacksonville, and we have a system.
We weren't marketing for the vacant land.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They just come up. We weren't marketing for them. We just mailed vacant house list. I guess when we said vacant, you assume that it's vacant land, but
yeah.
we were never ever marketing for vacant land.
Yeah.
We never have.
We never target properties anyway. We target people. We're targeting people, not properties. So
we don't really ever segment our list by property, like 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,200 square foot, vacant lot, any of that.
Yeah. Only we're targeting people. We're targeting distress. We're targeting motivation. We're not targeting properties. Where the list came from? Well, I've learned here in the last year or so to not disclose where my leads come from because I don't know.
Some of the lists you just can't get.
You can't
So
get
if
them.
we told you about the list, you would spend the rest of your life looking for the list.
Or
Because you have to know somebody to get that list.
And they're very valuable. I mean, leads are valuable. And if I find a good lead source, then I'm not sharing that anymore with people. Yeah. I mean, mainly the reason is I see that, you know, people that in Jacksonville are marketing to people that I normally would be, and I see them like advertising houses that I was trying to get. So I'm not gonna, you know, the list source. It was vacant. It was a vacant house. It was a vacant house.
They're really all the same.
There's a lot of
buy a list and mail to it. You'll get something. If you don't, buy another list and mail to it.
Yeah, everything works as long as you do it. But it was a vacant house list, and there's lots of places to get vacant house
Listability,
lists.
list source.
Find motivated sellers.
Find motivated sellers is an excellent place.
Yeah, all kinds of people.
To get leads.
All right, what type of due diligence is there for land? Due diligence?
You gotta know if it's buildable. You know, I mean, there is a little bit of due diligence, but no more than, if there's houses next door to it, then there's a good chance that you can build a house on it.
Mm-hmm.
But you also probably need to know like sewer, septic, city utilities, how big of a house you can build, all that kind of stuff.
I have a mobster in our members group that he does a lot of vacant land, and there is a lot of due diligence that has to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't do it because
If it's in a flood zone, things like that. The 2 lots we have in Nashville are in a flood zone.
So I guess Greg knew more about
Website.
the vacant land, you know, than we did. That's why he took over and made it happen. But there is due diligence involved.
PropertyMob.com is the website.
The title company name again was Wagon Wheel Title. That's Nashville. People take down signs. The city takes down signs. Neighborhood watch people take down signs. Everybody takes down signs. Why did you move to another market? We moved into another market. Now, we did not stop doing deals here. We do deals in Jacksonville still. I mean, it's why would we not?
Jacksonville and Nashville.
Yeah.
We're about to do another market.
But our system runs so well here that we said, why don't we just do it in another city? This is dumb.
It's the copy and paste theory.
Yeah.
We just take what we're doing here and paste it over there and
then bam.
make more money. I guess that's the reason why we do it, right? No?
I don't know who that was.
Look like an attorney number.
My phone
You're good.
My phone never rings until I turn on I'm serious, it never rings. Or maybe it does, I don't know.
You never answer it.
So I never answer it. We didn't move to another market, we just added another market. We just added another market to our existing plan. We just added an additional market. In
Why
fact,
Nashville? Because it's hot.
yeah, and
People will tell you Jacksonville's hot though, and it is hot.
Jacksonville's hot, and Nashville's hot, and Houston's hot, and Detroit is hot, and Oklahoma City's hot, and Phoenix is hot, and everywhere is hot. As long as you're working, it's hot. I'm sure there are some areas that aren't, but what is hot anyway? It means that somebody's actually working. Somebody's actually just taking this stuff and using it and doing something with it. Does that make it hot? Yeah, then everywhere in the whole country's hot. I don't think there's a cold market in the United States right now. I don't know. I can't even imagine. There's a motivated seller, There's a motivated seller everywhere, in every city, in every state in this country, and there's a buyer who's wanting to buy a deal. So every place is hot. For somebody to say it's hot, but we picked Nashville because it was on the top 10 hottest markets. Like most desirable. People are buying, houses are selling fast. That's why we said, hey, let's try it in Nashville. We did try it last year in Asheville.
We got a lot of calls.
We didn't do a deal though.
No.
Because the market's so hot there that sellers were unrealistic about their price, or we just didn't know the area well enough, and we're just like, I don't know what to do here. So it's
a lot of owner finance leads.
The struggle is real for virtual wholesaling. I ain't gonna lie to you. The struggle is real. If they make it seem like it's easy, it's not. You have to have somebody there that knows the market, has buyers, and is willing to partner with you and help you get the deal done. I think that's the key to virtual wholesaling. If we weren't there, we probably still could have got it done. Wouldn't have made as much money, so the partner was valuable. His efforts were valuable. It paid off. The automation system we have for marketing and pre-screening process and everything it just all paid off in the end, to the tune of $52,000. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of motivation to do something yourself, either in your city or in another city. Hell, it doesn't matter. The website, again, my website is PropertyMob.com. I've got a group coaching coming up to automate your business. If you want to learn how to automate your real estate business, it's not for people who have not done deals before. So if you're brand new, it's not for you. It's people who are already doing deals and want to learn how to put it in automation. That URL is propertymob.com/the-key-LM. That's where you want to go if you want to find out more about that program. And I think that's a wrap, unless you have any other questions about the deal in Nashville or Anything else? Hopefully, this time I recorded this video and I'll be able to upload it to YouTube.
My Periscope, by the way, is at Dan Kaywood.
If you want to follow Dan, he's doing a rehab job, and that's what he does on Periscope, like show you the progress of the rehab job and stuff. So if you want to follow him. And then how do we calculate offer on the land? Well, in this case, we had no idea. That's why our partner in Nashville came along and told us where we needed to be to sell the land. But if I was going to do it here, because I'm not too familiar with land in Jacksonville either, I would look at the comps. I would look at the comps and see what vacant land is selling for, or maybe talk to some builders. That was some advice I got from a mobster. You know, how much are you willing to pay me for this lot if you want to build a house on it? And find out what they're willing to pay, and you know, work yourself backwards.
Look for comps. Look for vacant land that is sold around yours. It's no different than a house.
Yeah, my HG.
Like for instance, we live at the beach, and I can tell you without a doubt, within the 10 blocks of our house, a lot is $150,000. They sell all day long. So if you can get one for 50, you got a smoking deal. If you can get one for 100, you got a smoking deal. So I say just look. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people just don't want to
Yeah.
look for vacant lots. If you have a vacant lot, chances are somebody in the last year or 6 months or 3 months has sold a vacant lot around your vacant lot. So
A good place to find builders if you're driving around your neighborhood and you see construction going on.
are you shitting me?
Get out and talk to them.
A house being built, that'd be a good lead.
No, I said, how do you
So-
find builders?
Oh, drive around and look for them. I bet they'd be hard to find.
That'd be real hard to find. He's being a total smartass. Anyway, HGTV. Somebody.
One time, we got offered a show on wife swaps.
Nobody wants to switch places with him.
I said no.
I was like, let's do it. We'll switch. I'll be somebody else's wife. I'll give them hell. I'm gonna give them hell. Just for. And he was
No.
like, no, I'm not swapping wives with anybody. Are you kidding me?
One's enough.
But we did get the offer. That was in 2009. Like somebody offered us. They're gonna pay us
Producer.
$10,000 a day to swap.
I think
Wife
it was
swap.
$10,000 for the whole gig for a week.
Maybe it was 10,000 for a week or something. We were like, I don't know. Do we have to sleep with them too? I'm not doing that. I don't think they made you do that.
I don't even watch the show.
That's dumb. Anyway, that's it. If you have any other questions, facebook.com/property mob.
Facebook.
Yeah. If you have questions. All right. See you guys.
Bye.